Meet the 2025 Rebecca Caudill Award nominees, Part 2. This award was created in 1988 to honor Rebecca Caudill, an author in residence of Urbana, Illinois for over 50 years. The titles on this list are chosen by teachers and librarians for children in grades 4 through 8. We're going to be learning about the last 10 books in 30 seconds or less. 1 abandoned bomb shelter, 5 8th grade boys. What could possibly go wrong? After a storm uncovers a door in the woods, a tight-knit group of friends and the new kid claim it as their new hangout spot. It is full of canned food, VHS movies, and games. A place that was created in case the U.S. got bombed in the 1950s. Learn about their friendship and how an abandoned bomb shelter can be a safe haven in difficult situations. Marlene cannot stand Sundays. Why? Because every Sunday she has to go to the salon where they straighten her naturally curly hair. Curly hair to her family is seen as bad hair that needs to be controlled. Marlene wants the freedom to be herself and to not have to change anything. To do that, she's going to need some help from her best friend Camila and her tia Ruby to learn how to take care of her curly hair and to love it, even if it isn't perfect all the time. The only place Ellie feels at peace is when she's in her swimming pool. There she can stretch out and become a starfish. Otherwise, she's always following her own set of rules, the fat girl rules, where she keeps herself as small and unassuming as possible to avoid being teased by her classmates or being criticized by her weight-obsessed mother. With the support of her father, therapist, and new neighbor, will Ellie finally find the strength to allow herself to take up space? Huey House is a place where families can get back on their feet. June, her sister, and mother end up at Huey House after June's mother's depression causes them to lose their home. But what truly hurts is that she isn't supposed to have her beloved Viola, the one her dad gave her before he died. At Huey, she meets longtime resident Tyrell, who shares her love of classical music and tries to help her see the positives of her new home. But when the government tries to incentivize the new management to have families leave before they're ready, can they fight against this new policy? Resilience is a rover created by scientists at NASA to explore Mars, but he isn't quite like the others. From his observations of the scientists and communicating with the other robots, he realizes that he has developed human-like feelings. But feelings and emotions can be dangerous when facts and logic are expected out of robots. When he is sent to Mars with a new friend, a drone he names Fly, could his emotions help him fulfill his mission? Or will he not survive the dangerous Mars environment? Can one summer first actually change your life? When Dan's parents sent him on a class trip to Europe, he didn't expect much out of it. As one of the only Asian kids in his middle school, he's either teased or invisible to his classmates, so he assumes nothing will change. But in Europe, Dan is given the freedom to be himself in a whole new environment with some new people his age. This might just be enough to help him gain confidence in himself and have life-changing firsts, from his first Fanta to maybe even his first love. Zhanna and her sister are musical prodigies in Ukraine, but they are also Jewish girls whose country has been invaded by Germany during World War II. After the family and the rest of their town were taken on a march to certain death, they must fool the Nazis by changing their names and identities while also playing music right under their noses. Read the fascinating true story of Zhanna and how her musical abilities helped save her from certain death. It has been 34 days since Pluto has attended school. After her mother had to break down her door, Pluto has been diagnosed with depression and struggles to enjoy the things she used to love. To avoid having to move in with her father in the city, she makes a deal with her mom. If Pluto completes her checklist, she gets to stay. But even with a new friend with their own list, mental illness can be difficult to manage, especially with the pressure from her family and her old best friend to be the same Pluto she was before she was diagnosed. Manuel isn't the same kid he was before he witnessed gun violence in his school. Now he struggles with anxiety and uses his cell phone's camera to take photos. Photos that help him stay grounded in reality and away from what he witnessed. When he makes new friends in Sebastian and Kaisha, he ends up joining their ag club, where he takes photos of the animals they are raising for their competition. Full of heart and illustrations of baby cows, get to know Manuel and how he begins to heal. When Olympic gold medalist Tommy Smith raised his fist against injustice against African Americans, his entire life would be impacted from standing up for what is right. Throughout this graphic novel, we read about Tommy's early years living on a farm, his skills as an athlete, as well as how he found himself in the Olympics. But we especially learn about the repercussions he faced after protesting the mistreatment of his people on such a large stage. Pick up your favorite nominees from the Aurora Public Library District today.